In the last vlog, Chris and I discovered delicious food and explored the oldest monuments Rome has to offer. If you missed it, I'll have it linked below in the description for you to check out after this video. But today we're taking the high-speed bullet train to Florence, Italy. It's a 1.5 hour journey, and this is what the first class seats looked like. You sit at a table for 4, and there's a snack cart available where you can purchase goodies if you get hungry. We enjoyed sitting by the window and looking at the scenery while the train reached up to speeds of 285 kilometers per hour, you guys. It was really incredible. At this point, it was 7:30 p.m. and we reached our Airbnb, which was in a local apartment building in the most perfect location. We could have stayed in a luxury modern hotel, but I thought it would be more interesting to live like a local during our stay and really capture the feeling and richness of local living. The floors in the apartment are original and have been restored in order to preserve that, original charm. We had 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and a great view of the nightlife. It did get a little bit noisy at night, but it wasn't anything a pair of earplugs couldn't fix. And heading into the common area, there was a full kitchen, couch and TV, a table, and books to read. We didn't do any cooking, but it was nice to have the option if we wanted to. The second bedroom had a lot of closet space and a more feminine, elegant feel to it. The beds were super comfortable, and I loved that our host left us plenty of lotions, shower gels, and shampoos. The bedroom had a TV and books as well. The bathroom was very large and really comfortable, but the only thing was the hot water only lasted for 5 minutes before going cold. That was pretty much my only real complaint besides the noise. I had to take the fastest showers of my life. It had been a really long day, so we took a few minutes to relax before heading out to dinner. I took a moment to check out a couple of reviews of restaurants in the area, and I found one that had great reviews. It looked beautiful inside, kind of had a romantic feel to it, so we decided on that one. We were both feeling kind of romantic, and Florence just has that vibe, that feel. So about a 5-minute walk later, we ran into this gym right here, and oh my goodness, when I tell you guys, the best food I have ever had. I am not exaggerating. I ordered the black truffle gnocchi and Chris ordered the wild boar pasta. The gnocchi was soft and pillowy and the sauce was thick and flavorful. Of course, we were sharing everything and tasting everything. Then we ordered the sea bass with vegetables. This doesn't look like much, but don't be fooled. The flavor was so good. I wish I knew what they used to marinate and season it so that I could recreate it at home, but yeah, I had no idea. This was a terrific meal, and night 1 in Florence has started our journey off really strong. It's 8:30 a.m. and this is what I'm waking up to. We ended up going to bed so late, and waking up to building maintenance or repair, whatever this was so annoying. But I tried to go back to sleep, and unfortunately it wasn't happening. So I decided to get up, get dressed, and enjoy day number 2. I wanted to wear something walkable and comfortable, so I threw on my cotton tiered dress from Ardeen and my mesh Mary Jane flats. The weather's really perfect today, so we're gonna grab an espresso and pastry and enjoy the day. We were so excited to get out and explore. We had no idea where we were going, but we knew we would run into some shopping and some food in no time. The neighborhood and the cobblestone was more elevated in Florence compared to in Rome. The walkability was nice and even. It was cleaner, quieter, and we just loved it. The shops were gorgeous and they all had this stunning fragrance that just drew you in. I love that little detail. It made your shopping experience feel more elevated and special. You guys know I love my produce, and I loved seeing these mini markets full of fruit and veggies and wine, of course, because this is Florence after all. I saw at least 50 pairs of shoes I wanted to buy, and I had to really practice self-control. The small cars they utilized to navigate the narrow streets were fun to see. The people watching was fantastic here too. I saw this beautiful jewelry shop and we picked out a few pieces as gifts to take back home to loved ones. I love finding little places like this that offer genuine leather and high quality materials. We've been having so much gelato, like twice a day since we came to Italy, but today I'm trying a sorbet instead. It's lighter and so refreshing. This flavor is lemon and basil, and I love how they offer such small sizes because, sometimes you just want a taste of something. Unfortunately, I'm still breaking in my new shoes and I got a blister on my heel, but I brought these silicone blister stickers that I popped on and everything was as good as new. The silicone is soft and padded, so these are truly lifesavers. Okay, so now it's time to eat. You guys, we are going somewhere amazing. We're crossing the river and heading to the high-end shops area, and this is where the famous sandwich shop is. I cannot wait to show you this. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but this place is the social media famous sandwich shop, okay? It's so popular for good reason. They serve huge sandwiches made with cured meats, cheeses, and fresh spreads. The spreads are made of soft cheeses or eggplant or creamy pistachio, creamy truffle, different things like that. The list goes on. The guy came from the back and brought this fresh bread to be sliced and served into sandwiches. I think they make over 7,000 sandwiches a day, it said. I ordered the Inferno, which consisted of porchetta, a thick, fatty, skin-on pork that's rolled in herbs and spices. There was grilled veggies and arugula, and the spicy spread, of course. Oh my goodness, I could have died happy. We switched and I tried Chris's. He ordered the Boss, which consists of prosciutto, aged pecorino cheese, truffle cream, and arugula. I was screaming inside because it was so flavorful. He liked mine better and I actually liked his better, so we switched a few times, and these were only €7 each, and to die for. Next, we wanted a coffee to relax with. Chris ordered a cappuccino and I ordered a Viva la something. This was so interesting, okay? It came with a mini dessert of bread pudding and it reminded me of my grandmother's recipe, which was nice. The coffee itself is served very hot in a short rocks glass and combined with vodka. Doesn't sound very good, but it was very tasty somehow. And then the fresh cream was piled high on top, which made it even better. This was a real treat, but I could only drink half of it. Okay, several of you guys follow me on Instagram and recommended I check out this store, so I did. Wow, I loved everything. The jewelry especially was beautiful, so thank you guys so much for recommending this place. As we move along, you already know I'm going to say it, just like in Rome. The women smelled so good. I wanted to smell just like these Italian beauties, so I found a fragrance shop nearby. The woman had me smell underneath the bells where the perfume was scented. This whole experience was so much fun, and I ended up buying a modern I would say, rose scent that was peppery with patchouli, and a few other elegant notes were in there. I don't know, I was very pleased with my purchase. After several hours of shopping and wandering about, we ended up resting at the Airbnb for a bit until it was time for dinner. I got a little chilly, so I popped on a sweater and we walked over to yet another famous spot, Gusta Pizza. The line wrapped around the building because this is a favorite for locals and tourists. It's a great spot. Chris ordered a lemonade and I ordered a limoncello, and we shared a pie with ham and mushrooms and cheese, of course. This was cooked the traditional way in a wood fire pit oven, and it definitely lived up to the hype. Amazing quality. Then we ended up stopping by this gelato shop that was the best I had within the entire trip. They served little cakes, tarts, truffles, but the gelato is where it's at. I hear so many people say that the best gelato is only in the covered containers, and it doesn't contain any toppings or have bright colors. And really, you guys, that just isn't the case in our experience. I ate gelato twice a day, every day for 10 days at different gelato shops, and you can definitely tell the difference in taste and quality from shop to shop. This place had high quality ingredients. It was very creamy and natural tasting. I ordered the pistachio and it tasted like crushed fresh pistachios. I'll never forget this place. It was wonderful. It's the next morning and we're landing in Sicily. This is where we're spending the next 5 days, and you guys are going to fall in love just like we did. I'm just sure of it. We stopped at an airport cafe because we hadn't eaten anything yet, and we got a sandwich, a pastry, and a cappuccino. I don't know what this pastry was called, but I was living eating it. The cream on the outside is not frosting. It's made from ricotta cheese and a little bit of sugar. It has mini chocolate chips. It's the same filling that's inside of a cannolo. The pastry is light and airy like a croissant, but softer. I could eat these for the rest of my life. It wasn't very sweet, and it was a perfect breakfast item. Then we shared a caprese sandwich. It was very good as well. We're in Palermo, Sicily, which has a population of 850,000 people, and it's also the capital. Palermo is over 2,700 years old and is known for its history and architecture. It's where the movie The Godfather 3 was filmed, at least parts of it. Our Airbnb was located in Piazza Bellini in a luxury apartment building. I'll give you guys a short tour and then we're going to head out to find some great food. I loved staying at this specific Airbnb the most because of the location and the views. It was great having access to a full apartment with a washer because it was about time to do laundry anyway. In a moment, I'm going to show you guys where those stairs lead to. It is fantastic up there. The weather was a perfect 70 degrees today, and it was so refreshing to be able to open multiple doors like this and just air out the apartment and enjoy the view. The bedroom was pretty standard, and there was plenty of closet space on both sides of the bed. We had a spacious bathroom with plenty of hot water, and toiletries were provided by our host. And now let's head up the stairs. This came as a total surprise to Chris as well. He didn't want to know anything about the trip. I planned everything without him knowing. This balcony was probably the little thing that made this stay so unique and special. The view was beautiful at night. It was incredibly romantic because you could hear the street performers sing. This is a place for lovers, and we made great memories here. Now it's time to eat. We walked for about 10 minutes and we found a woman with big red hair who ended up luring us into this great restaurant, and we're so glad that she did because wow, We started with a tuna tartare that was so fresh and presented beautifully, and then the best pizza I've ever had in my life. It had a sausage on it that tastes like nothing I have ever had. It just made your mouth sing with flavor. The cheese had a smokiness to it that blew Chris's mind, and if you look at the crust, you know that this pizza was done right. It's soft, bouncy, and airy. Now I understand what Sophia from the Golden Girls was talking about when she spoke, about her Sicilian food. There's nothing like it. I ordered the veal ragu pasta with burrata cheese, and it was so good I could have cried. You kind of have an idea of what something like this is going to taste like, and then you have that first bite, and it just sends you. You're like, whoa. All right, so I used the pizza crust to soak up some of the sauce until I was absolutely stuffed, and Chris finished the rest. You have to eat all of the food on your plate here in Italy. If you don't, they ask you what's wrong, and they're devastated. Someone from the kitchen of smaller restaurants will even come out and ask what was wrong, what they did wrong, like it's a whole thing. Food is very serious here. It's a serious matter. Now let's check out some gelato. Let's talk poor quality gelato. This right here is terrible. The consistency is off. You see how she has to scrape it and really work it just to get some of it into the cup? The pistachio that they used wasn't even real pistachios. It was pistachio flavoring, like from the, little jar. Awful. And I went shopping and bought some hair products for wash day. We're nice and full, and now it's time to walk back towards the Airbnb. This area is the Four Corners, where I'll tell you more about in the next video, because that's when we're going to take a historic tour with a guide later on. But yeah, this is the Piazza Bellini, and as you can see, there's a restaurant right outside that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which was really convenient for us during our stay. This is what the inside of the apartment building looked like. It had this massive door and then this little cutout door right there, right within it. We just thought that was so funny and so cute, and it closed automatically. And it had this grand stairwell, they called it. And around the corner, there was this huge mirror where you can check out your outfits each day. It was really nice. It was definitely quite the vibe. So you could either go up and down the stairs, or you can take the elevator, which is what we took up since we are on the 4th floor. It has been a wonderful day. We really enjoyed ourselves. Tomorrow is when the real fun begins, because we get to go to the food market to try all kinds of street food. I can't wait to show you guys. We were the only ones on the food tour, so we were lucky enough to experience a very personal and high quality guide into Palermo's food paradise. So I'll see you guys in the morning. We woke up extra early and went downstairs for a cappuccino and a little fruit beforehand, and then we walked for 15 minutes until we reached our meeting point with our tour guide. This was our first stop, and we tried arancina, which is a lightly fried rice ball with ham and cheese inside. It can actually have different fillings as well.
Oh. And so the name arancina comes from arancia, which means orange. So that's why the shape and the color should remind the one of our orange. Even if we do have other sizes, kind of the little one just for tasting, the bomba one, which is like a whole meal, basically.
We gave this an 8.5 out of 10. It was soft and cheesy and light, even though it was deep fried. You don't get that typical greasy feeling that you get from fried foods in the US, so it was really nice. Now we head to the food market. We're taking a shortcut through this neighborhood, and I immediately thought of Sophia once again when she says, picture it, Sicily, 1932. These homes looked so wholesome and traditional. I loved that we had the opportunity to see this firsthand. Here we are in the Palermo food market where all the vendors get together to sell their products. The food smells were glorious, and I couldn't wait to see where the guide was going to take us next. Can you imagine coming here and seeing all the fresh seafood, pastas, herbs, and street food and not try everything? Chris said he could see us living here, and I agreed with him. This is definitely a place full of light and love, and you could really make a great home here. And maybe after retirement it'll be Florence, Sicily, we don't know, but we're really thinking about it, guys.
Prego ragazzi, da accompagnarvi una buona spremuta, arancia, melograno, una però spritz. Aspettiamo per un buon pranzo.
The blonde lady that she's talking, she usually get out at some point with a microphone and she starts singing and dancing and she grabs people. Like, you hear the loud music and you don't understand where it's coming from when you see it. Stop here. So here they have all the fresh products of our land, which is, the name is Napoli, but it's local. It's the one with the big fat and the black pepper. And then you have the sun-dried tomato, which is very, very popular here, you know.
Bello, una buona vitamina, vieni qua!
We will go up again.
Isn't the energy of this market so good? Walking through here was so much fun, and I wanted to taste everything. We found a seating area, and our guide brought us these potato fritters and chickpea fritters. I can't remember, what they're called, but the oval ones were the potato, and the flat ones served with lemon were the chickpea. They kind of tasted like tater tots, but like 10 times better. Just a couple of ingredients and lightly fried. They were amazing. We gave those a 9 out of 10. They really pay attention to texture, and it was so satisfying to eat. Literally, why is it so good?
Why is it so good?
Next, we're trying the pork belly wrapped in fennel and cooked on the grill. 11 out of 10. It tasted so fresh. It was our favorite item at that market. If we end up moving here, I would shop all day long and then come here to eat every single day. Seeing the vendors so happy, dancing and singing, it was such a vibe, and I can see how the elderly stay so fit and active here. They dress really well and they stay out late just like the young people. It's really beautiful to see. Like, everybody just celebrates, young, old, kids. The culture is so different and it's lovely. We really fell in love. Now we're going to Capo Market to try a spleen sandwich. Yes, you heard that right, spleen. She recommended we try it, so here we are, being adventurous with an open heart, open mind, and open mouth. Get a look at this ugly thing though. It smelled so good, so let's give it a try.
What's it taste like?
It's gamey.
Gamey.
It has a gamey taste to it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Yeah, they do have the lemon strips. And for you?
Lemon.
Same? Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
I like it.
yeah,
That's good.
it's just different, right?
I continued eating the sandwich. It was great. But at this point, we were so full trying all the foods all day long for the past 3.5 hours. Oh my goodness, we still had one more stop before the tour concluded, so yeah, it was a lot. Next, we were given a starter of grilled vegetables. Look how gorgeous the plate is. I love the dishware in Sicily especially. Then our pasta course, which was pasta alla norma, which is eggplant, and it was okay. We gave the spleen sandwich a higher rating actually than the pasta alla norma. There are plenty of stray dogs here in Palermo, and the vendors oftentimes feel bad for them, so they get fed really well. You can tell by this one's girth that he eats good around here. Some of them even put flea collars on some of the dogs, so, you know, just as an act of kindness, it was nice to see them caring for the little animals around. All right, our last stop of the day is a hidden gem right in the piazza where we're staying. I don't remember the name of it, but inside this monastery is an old nun's bakery dating all the way back to 1311. They're still using the original recipe and serving some of the best baked goods I have ever tried. Think about your grandmother's pastries and how they taste so simple yet rich and full of love. I couldn't believe how wonderful these were. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Oh, you know what? Santa Caterina, the St. Catherine of Alexandria Church and Monastery of Palermo. That's what it's called. From 1311 to 2014, it was the home of many nuns of the Dominican order. So it's located directly in front of the Fountain of Shame. And if you don't know, that's the fountain where the statues of the gods are all naked. We went to the garden area, which was so fragrant from all of the fruit trees. Not only was this area beautiful, but the trees bear fruit that's used daily, so that was nice. And of course, our cannolis were paired with espresso. Take a good look at the construction of this pastry because it's an original recipe and it tasted like unconditional love. I don't know, creamy with a crispy shell and a bit of chocolate. How decadent. Stay tuned for part 2 in Sicily.